This is the Obsidian collection, and this is the Ducati Monster 821. Let's check this thing out. The Ducati Monster has been an absolute hit ever since it hit the market. And the Monster 821 is one of those bikes that has a few memorable things going for it. The first of which is the motor. This is the 821cc, not to be confused with the 800cc's of the Scramblers. This bike makes about 112 horsepower and actually feels exciting. And this is a water-cooled bike. So instead of the air-cooled bikes of the olden days, this has a radiator and coolant. And as is kind of across the line, to make sure that you come to a stop once you get going, you got Brembo brakes, front and rear. And then comes the design. And honestly, the design of the 821 is a bit polarizing. I see both sides of things. It's not my favorite, it's also not my least favorite. So let's go over it. So coming in the front, there is no round headlight to be seen. We have this kind of triangular, rectangular, shield shape headlight in the front. And then the tank and front area of this bike is filled with so many aggressive lines. Part of me doesn't even know where to start. The tank comes up and back down, really sharp inlets here for your knees to go, which is actually pretty helpful. I love this. And the big thing that I think is questionable to me is that it just differs from your traditional Monster design, is that you only have this partial front trellis, kind of front subframe, instead of the full trellis frames that were on the older bikes. Now, does it save weight? Does it do maybe a few things that are good for you? Yes. But I personally just prefer the older design. And this bike is the Dark Edition bike, which I absolutely love on this setup because you got the matte black tank, the black frame, pretty much everything is blacked out. And then you have these cool little bronze accent pieces like the motor and the swing arm. And then also the exhaust kind of turns this bronze color when it's had some mileage. And coming over to the other side, you have all this bronze here as well on the engine and everything, and really I think ties the whole design together. Over in the rear, there's no single-sided swing arm. I'm gonna wipe my tears from that one. That's gotta be one of my favorite things about a bike, and this one just doesn't have it. The exhaust comes up right here, but I will say, this is one of the better sounding stock exhausts in the Monster lineup. Let's take a listen. It looks beautiful and it has a decent amount of power. The question is, how does it perform? And for that, we're gonna take it on a ride. And then when we get back, we're starting a new thing. We're giving every single bike an Obsidian score. This is the score out of 10 as to what I think about the bike. I'm gonna be ranking them up. And so at the very end of the video, you're gonna see how this bike ranks. We are pulling away from the shop on the Monster 821. I will say this is not my first 821 that I've had. I've had a couple of these, and every time I get one, I really honestly enjoy it. It's a good, easy to ride bike that I haven't really had any issues with. I will forever be a fan of Ducati's L Twins. They really do feel so fun. And even in a more beginner style of platform, have that great torque, and it hits pretty darn low, given just how the engine is laid out. And I absolutely love it. I don't think it'll ever get old. It does have a decent amount of power. You're making over 100 horsepower on this thing, but it's not so much where it feels like it's too dangerous, which I think for an intermediate bike is a good thing. The sound of this bike is actually really nice for a factory exhaust, a factory setup. This thing is just about as stock as it can get. This sounds really nice. It is really windy. I do love the riding position of these as well, because they're not crazy aggressive of a ride. And this is one of the more comfortable bikes to ride for some amount of time. See, everything about this bike, and every time I get one of these, either the 796 or the 821, to me they're all pretty similar, pretty comparable. And the Monster 821 being a little bit newer, you do have a little bit more power, you have a little bit more modern of a design, and it is objectively a better bike than the 796, but they do kind of go hand in hand a little bit. The suspension is a little softer than I'd like it to be, but it's also not a track bike. These are really built for the street, and for street use I think it works really well. If you're serious into track riding and wanted to track a Monster, I think a suspension upgrade would be necessary. But for riding on the street, putting around town, even some longer distance ride, because it's got the power to do it, I think it's a great bike. I love all the crackles and bangs that you get from the exhaust. It's nothing loud or excessive necessarily, but you get a little bit of that crackle that I do really enjoy. The Monster 821 is the more modern, updated version of the Monster 796, which I do really like that bike as well. The 796 is a really nimble, kind of easy beginner kind of Ducati, and this bike I feel very similarly about. It's a great kind of beginner, more intermediate maybe kind of bike. Now in a lot of ways, the Monster 821 is one of those bikes where it's, if you're coming from Japanese brands or other motorcycles and you're not familiar or used to riding Ducatis, this bike does feel really memorable and really special. It has that classic Ducati build quality where, you know, things are made of metal and they feel nice, and it doesn't feel like everything you touch is plastic. If you're coming from having ridden a bunch of Ducatis like I have, there are ways where this bike honestly kind of seems to blend in. Not that it's not amazing or doesn't perform well, but when you start riding a bunch of different bikes, it wouldn't be the top of the list. And I think that's pretty fair to say given some of the bikes that I've been on. I love these Ducatis. I love spending time with them. I love working on them. I do have a lot of fun. And this is our spec sheet for the 2015 Ducati Monster 821. This particular bike has 112 horsepower, has about 66 foot-pounds of torque, weighs in at 453 pounds, and has a top speed of about 138 miles an hour. Now, this information is all good and dandy, but the important thing here that I'm going to talk more about is this right here. This is the Obsidian Score. This is the score that I'm giving the bike based on my personal experience with it in comparison to all the other bikes that I've had. So for this Ducati Monster 821, I'm giving it a 6.5 out of 10. And let me tell you why. That doesn't mean it's a bad bike, okay? An Obsidian Score of 5 is a bike that is all good and dandy, but is just frankly not really memorable. Anything below that is getting to the point where it's like, I wouldn't own it, or I don't want to be around it. This is, of course, all just based on my opinion and my experience. It does not mean it's a bad bike. There are probably good bikes that'll get like a 1 or a 2. And there are probably bikes that may not be great bikes, but I have a great time with them and they're closer to a 9 or a 10. So keep that in mind. But the Ducati Monster 821, I'm giving a 6.5 out of 10 for a few reasons. It is comfortable and it's great to enjoy. It can put a lot of miles on it. I've found that the 821 is one of the less memorable versions of the Monster. It doesn't have your traditional design. You don't have a single-sided swing arm, which is polarizing, but honestly, I am a big fan of the single-sided swing arm, and so for me, that's what's placing this at a 6.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching the video. We love Ducatis, we love these bikes we've been able to have, and really appreciate you tuning in. Until next time, cheers.